Aquarius. So this is going to be your career and money reading for March 2022. We're going to be looking at what energies might be available to you over the next 30 days from whenever you do this. Okay. So what energies might Aquariuses expect surrounding career and money over the next 30 days? And Aquarius, if this reading doesn't resonate, feel free to check your other placements because there might be messages for you in those readings. All right, Aquarius, let's take a look at what is going on with you. So, present energy, you have the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords represents endings, but it represents new beginnings. It's not just an ending. It's more so a new beginning, okay? So I'm wondering if there's an energy surrounding you right now of just like lessons being learned, you know, overcoming, you know, stress or, you know, any sort of like anxiety. You know, in terms of career and money, the Ten of Swords speaks to job loss and financial constraints, like soon being a thing of the past, and like, you know, this energy of like making way for a new, more prosperous time. And how, you know, everything that you went through was teaching you how to, you know, fail forward and take rejection as a learning point and, you know, becoming stronger in your career. It's this energy of accepting that the end of a current cycle is clearing the way for even better financial and career opportunities. So definitely a new beginning here that's happening right now for you, Aquarius. Some sort of ending. And it's like the Ten of Swords isn't just some sort of ending. It's like the type of ending that is just like out of your hands completely. Like you can't, like there's nothing that you can do about it. It's truly out of your hands. It's like, doesn't matter what you do, how you try to fight it. There's nothing that you can do, you know. But like I said, every ending is a new beginning. So there you go. Now, in terms of your challenge right now, you do have the Queen of Cups. So I wonder if like there's this sort of challenge right now with you in terms of like just being nurturing and like just having that feminine energy. I wonder if there's a challenge right now in terms of like you being open and receptive to creative inspiration that's coming your way. I even wonder if you feel as if there's a lack of support, you know, in the workplace right now. So yes, there's been some sort of like ending, definitely a new beginning, but you're learning from your, your past mistakes or, you know, whatever the situation is that's currently happening. But the challenge is, you know, you may have the sword still in your back, you know, from the Ten of Swords. And so that may be causing a bit of a challenge in terms of like I said, you just having that nurturing energy, that loving energy, that openness in the workplace, you know, using your intuition. So I'm really curious to see what the rest of the energy is that's going to come out in this reading, because I want to make sense of all of this and have a better look at what's actually happening for you, Aquarius. Now, in the past energy, you have the Six of Swords. And so the Six of Swords speaks to, you know, embarking on a healing journey, moving forward. But in terms of career and money, it speaks to, you know, like this energy of like leaving a job or just a situation behind and just moving toward better opportunities, whether it's career opportunities or something else. You know, speaks to positive changes that might be coming in your finances, a possibility of moving for work that might be on the horizon. So all these different things, but that is the past energy. So, I wonder like if in the past you decided to like move away from something or a situation or something regarding work or maybe a coworker, or, you know, just take it as it resonates because it's all just energy. Or if you decided to move towards something, like something that you felt would be better for you in your career. Or, you know, if you you know, embarked on a healing journey of some sort. So, you know, just take it as it resonates. The recent past, you have the Empress. So this talks about receiving love and creativity. Like, that's what that energy represents. You know, like practicing self-love, engaging in more creative activities. But in terms of career money, it can speak to, you know, possibly receiving money or a job from unexpected sources, just creating even more abundance in your life. And again, being receptive. So I'm wondering if in the past, Aquarius, you did embark on a healing journey and you were in this space of self-love and like, you know, receptivity and like creativity as well, and just receptiveness in general. However, in the present energy, it's like you've done a complete 180. Like you are, like where you were once healing from something and you were once, you know, open to creativity and receptive to these things. You're now there's been some sort of ending in a sense, and you're healing from something all over again. And you might even be blocked emotionally. Your intuition may be blocked. Yeah, because in terms of what you're thinking and what's in your head, you have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles and change. So, you know, and again, it's like that energy of moving on from a painful cycle into a more harmonious one. It kind of speaks to the Ten of Swords energy in a sense, in terms of like new beginnings, you know what I mean? And how like one cycle is closing, you know, one is opening, that sort of energy. So, I mean, that's also what's going on in your head right now. It's like you're aware of everything that's going on and you're aware that like things are changing. There's a cycle that's happening. Now, the energy leading you into the future, Aquarius, is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is like, you know, the satisfaction, abundance, wish fulfillment type of card. But in terms of career and money, this speaks to like current projects that are reaching completion. Okay. Following your intuition and honoring your ideas, because it'll lead you to increased prosperity and abundance. So although you're in this sort of like the present energy is like, you know, you're healing from something, the energy that'll be leading you into the future is, you know, you following your intuition, things reaching completion. And especially since the Queen of Cups is like your challenge right now, like that could, we spoke on how just being open to creativity and being receptive to certain things and your intuition, how that could be a bit of a challenge for you right now. And it could have something to do with whatever this healing or, you know, ending that just occurred, or whatever event that just happened that has you in the space where you're like healing from it. So it's nice to see that like the energy leading you into the future, because it's all about cycles, right? Changes, right? It's like the opposite of that. So I feel like, you know, the healing that's taking place, it's doing you lots of good, or it will do you lots of good, Aquarius. Now, in terms of like you, Aquarius, you got the Star card. I mean, this is literally you, okay? Aquarius energy. So I just feel like this is further confirmation that this is your reading. And the Star cards talks about healing, hope, healing, that sort of energy. Healing from the past, feeling hopeful from the future. So it's like, oh my gosh, this energy is literally, I mean, this reading is literally just repeating itself. It's like there's this theme of healing that's taking place, learning from the past, you know what I mean? But yeah, but in terms of career and money, you know, this card speaks to, you know, being guided toward opportunities that will advance your career, you know, creative ideas flowing to you, you know, being open to like flashes of inspiration, and things like that. It can also indicate that you're healing from some sort of monetary or job loss. So yes, that is how you're showing up right now, Aquarius. Now, in the more about this situation, Aquarius, I just feel like this reading just keeps reiterating itself. You got the Sun card. The Sun card talks about clarity, optimism, overcoming a period of sadness, feeling healthier inside and out after overcoming a period of sadness or illness or whatever. But in terms of career and money, there could be some exciting new opportunities that are about to present themselves, Aquarius. So I'd be on the lookout for that if they haven't presented themselves already. But alternately, you may just be feeling renewed optimism and enthusiasm for your current job or business. It does state if you are an entrepreneur, keep your mind open to new ideas for business models or revenue generation, and how working with family or children in business could bring you immeasurable joy. So I don't think it's a coincidence that these two cards showed up together right next to each other, because we just spoke about being open to those flashes of inspiration. And, this card speaks to keeping your mind open to new ideas for business models or revenue generation. So I think what this reading is saying is like, although it might feel challenging right now, Aquarius, to, get any sort of like intuitive hits or flashes of inspiration or signs, I think there's solace in knowing that in the near future or sooner than later, if it hasn't happened already, you are going to be getting that. I think that's beautiful. You are healing, and this healing is doing you good, okay? I don't know what you're healing from. Only you do. But it's doing you good. Now, showing up in your hopes and fears position, you do have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is this energy of indecision, self-protection, just protecting yourself from pain, due to fears that stem from experiences from your past. Something happened in the past, Aquarius, that you are definitely healing from, because it is all throughout this reading. But yeah, that's what the Two of Swords energy represents. So that's showing up in your hopes and fears position. It also speaks to like refusal to see the truth, and how refusal to see the truth not only blocks your intuition, but it also prevents any further movement, leaving you trapped in limbo. So, I think your fear is like, you don't want to feel trapped in limbo, obviously. But your hope is like, you want to protect yourself too. Now, final outcome, Aquarius, you have the Four Swords, and it is clarified by the Judgment card. Okay? So, again, it's kind of a similar, the Four of Swords is kind of a similar energy to the Two of Swords energy, because the Four of Swords is this energy of like nothing happening, like no decision is being made right now, because you're resting, you're going inwards, you're chilling out right now, okay? You're taking a break, okay? You're carving out quiet time, you're meditating, you're focusing. It's that type of energy. So not exactly the same energies, as the Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords, again, it represents like that sort of energy of like not making a decision based out of fear. The Four of Swords energy is still like not making a decision or anything like that. It's still that, because you're resting. But it's not out of fear, but it's more so out of like, because you need to rest. You need to go inward. You need to pause. You need to relax. You need to rest your thoughts. That type of energy. And the Judgment card is, awakening, acceptance. Not allowing your past mistakes or decisions to define you. Learning from your past. So, I don't know how many ways this reading can just say that you're healing right now, Aquarius. I really don't. Because that's really all this reading said. But look, I just pulled a clarifier. Another clarifier, I'm sorry. And you got the Two of Cups. So... But you also got the Five of Pentacles. Sheesh. Which is like... focusing on lack, financial struggle, feeling left out in the cold. So again, I do think that this is a time where you're overcoming financial struggles. If you are experiencing any, you may be deepening your spiritual practice. There may be a new partnership or work opportunity that's coming into alignment for you. And then you got the World card. It's like the reading is just saying the same thing, like learning from the past, overcoming a loss, or financial loss or financial struggles, cycles, changes, completions, successful completions, healing, acceptance, that type of energy. So yeah, just lots of healing taking place, Aquarius. So let's see what advice the Moonology deck has for you. So what additional advice do you have for my Aquariuses for March 2022 surrounding career and money? All right, so we've got the mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, so that's what you have. Let's read up on that. So it says mutable is all about change, shape-shifting even. That something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and there's room for maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. However, there is also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is set in stone yet. So something that you can say according to this card is, I know that the best will unfold for me. Additional meanings for this card, Aquarius, is 1, you're meandering towards your goal and that's okay. 2, staying adaptable is the key to success for you now. 3, make sure you're not being led astray. 4, have you become distracted? It's time to focus. And 5, stay with it, whatever it means to you. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at our Angels and Ancestors deck. And we're going to see what advice this deck has for you for March 2022 surrounding career and money. Alright, so Angels and Ancestors deck, what advice do you have for my Aquariuses for March 2022 surrounding career and money? Alright, so you've got the Warrior card. It says, be fearless and stand strong. So let's read up on this card. So it says, don't back down. Make your opinions heard. Don't settle for second best. If you're experiencing fear at this time, know that this means whatever is going on is important to you. Whenever you feel fear, you are on the verge of something big, perhaps a massive breakthrough that is going to really help you move forward. If you have a situation on your hands where you have to face something or someone that's been unsettling you, know that you are being guided to call up your inner warrior. Don't falter and don't be frightened because you have the energy to protect yourself now and at all times. Okay, and now we're going to pull an affirmation card for you, Aquarius. So this will be just your own personal affirmation that you can say to yourself regarding, career and money over the next 30 days. All right, so you've got, I am healthy. I honor my body and I'm grateful for the work it does for me. I nourish my body through self-care. I rest when I need to rest. I eat nourishing meals when I need to eat. And I exercise when I need to exercise. I am healthy. Okay. So this is what I have for you, Aquarius. I just see a lot of healing taking place, learning from your past, you know, basically this is just like a cycle right now. You're going through a cycle pretty much, and you know, you are going to overcome whatever this loss was in regards to your career and money or your personal life, whatever. You're going to overcome it because, I mean, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the World card here, and both of those speak to cycles, changes, successful completions, you know, reaping rewards, you know what I mean? So, I think you'll be just fine, Aquarius. You're healing right now, and that's okay. So this is what I have for you in terms of career and money for March 2022 over the next 30 days from whenever you see this reading. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next reading.